AFC. It's the Houston Texans and the Pittsburg Steelers.
Please welcome your 2026 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mike Tirico, my partner Greg Olson, set to bring this to you. Jamie Fairbairn getting this one started. Off we go from the Steel City. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Well, here come the Steelers, and that's the sight that looks odd, but people were looking to see after keeping us waiting all spring. Year 21 in the league for Aaron Rodgers, his first as the Steelers quarterback.
I had a coach tell me earlier in my career, Mike, specifically about the quarterback position. If you don't have fast feet, you better have a fast mind. And here we have a guy that has played a lot of games under center. He has seen a lot of football, and while he might not be as mobile, he might not have the arm strength to make all the throws he had earlier in his career, that experience behind center, that experience being in these moments before, man, having that quick mind, there's not a whole lot of defense is going to throw at him that he hasn't seen.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
He'll get that to Jalen Warren. We'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
Third and short yardage, it's Rodgers. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand. I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the Texans' 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's second and 9. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
So the hope is, when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
From the gun, Rodgers. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on third down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved, and keeps the offense on the field.
Not much there. Maybe a yard.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 8. Now Gainwell. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down.
At the 17-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Well, here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
A 34-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will take a 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. Here's Tremon Smith on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So out come the Houston Texans, and Greg, it is one of the good quarterbacks in the league. Offensive Rookie of the Year, number 2 pick in that 2023 draft. Year 3 for C.J. Stroud out of Ohio State.
Every team stresses it all week in practice, Mike, as they're building their scripts and they're delivering their team message. You want to start fast in the NFL. Playing from behind is a nightmare. You can't come out flat and allow the opposing team to strike first. They understand the importance. This opening drive, they feel really good about the plays they have tabled. They really feel good about the week of practice they had.
And he will take this one in. 73 yards. Touchdown, Houston. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans move out to a 7-3 lead.
Texans 7, Steelers 3.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Steelers offense ready now for their second drive. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Rodgers. That's thrown right side. but incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Low left side, but that's going to be incomplete. Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And 10 yards to
Third and
go.
long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
On fourth down, Steelers send out Corliss Waitman to punt. Jalen Knoll deep for Houston. Fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Texans offense about ready to get going on their second possession. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll run it, and it's the USC man, Woody Marks. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Keanu Benton there for the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Marks. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
Just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. To throw is Rodgers. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter.
A gain of 2.
So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. It's the Texans who have the early lead. And we're back to the Steel City after this. The Steelers with the football to begin the 2nd quarter. They've got a 2nd and 8 coming up. Play action now with Rodgers. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A pickup there of 28 yards.
And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing, Rodgers. That's complete to his running back, Kenneth Gainwell. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Rodgers. Secured by the veteran Adam Thielen. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
That's another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. A run up the middle with Warren. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Austin brought in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This one from 52 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Marks to open the drive. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
Texans, first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
2 minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this first half. We'll come back to the Steel City after this. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. He'll find the rookie out of Iowa State, Jaden Higgins. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Now a stoppage for an injured Texan. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. He'll get that into the hands of Woody Marks. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stroud. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Jaden Higgins, the intended receiver. And 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
1st down, Texans.
Here's Stroud. Moving to his left. He's going to run it. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd. And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
They'll run. Quick jump. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. Talk things over before 3rd down. Schultz, the motion man. They'll try to punch it in with Marks. Good blocking, and he's in. Woody Marks. Touchdown, Texans. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, Give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Fairbairn to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Texans will take a 14-6 lead.
Steelers 6.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. That'll be caught by the running back Warren. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And that will lead to a 2nd down. Rodgers. That one too far out in front to be brought in. And it's incomplete.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for
A big-time play for Pittsburgh. And even 30 yards.
At the 27-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
And we'll see where they spot this. Very close to a 1st down. He's forced out just shy of the mark.
Complete to Calvin Austin. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the
2nd and
17-yard
inches.
line.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. Oh, man, left wide open. Good play design there. Pat Freiermuth. Touchdown, Steelers. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Steelers move back to within 1.
Makes the score Texans 14, Steelers 13.
halftime. Coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
On first down, it's Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. Now a signal, timeout called, 9 seconds left to play in this first half.
6 at the 39-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. He's back to Schultz. He's got it again. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. A ball deep for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counterpunch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you. This one still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as our second half is about to get underway. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. Now an opening past the 30. He'll wind up getting this all the way to the 45-yard line. The Texans offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. Kirk is the motion man. They'll start by going forward with a boot pass. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
No gain on the play.
Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
A second down throw for Stroud. Brought in by the tight end, Schultz. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 12 yards on that hookup. First down for Houston.
At the 43-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Steelers' 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. On the bootleg, it's Stroud. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
This is hard. He got the connection to Collins. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Texans first down.
Probably took him a little bit longer than they would have preferred, but he finally gets on the board. First catch, first touch. Here as we start the second half.
1st and 10. Handoff here, and it's Marks. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
12 more yards.
Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
A gain of 12.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Brought down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
It is 2nd and 6. Stroud to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a third down.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud.
You find yourself trailing coming out of the halftime break. Your defense is going to start on the field. And, man, what a great way to get this half started. Keep this game within one possession, get the ball back to your offense, and see what they can do.
Fourth down, and on comes Jaime Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. This one from 39 yards out. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Steelers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Start this on the ground with Warren. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. That's out wide to Warren. And he's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now we've got third down coming up.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time. Play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Here's Noel. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Texans offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. He'll get this complete over the middle with Kirk. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. It is a big-time play for Houston. 47 yards.
First down.
When done properly, crossing routes are a great way to get your receivers the ball in space with room to run after the catch. And that's exactly what they're able to do here, executed to perfection. And they pick up a ton of yards after the catch.
Uh-oh. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Schultz, the motion man. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 6-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Kirk is the motion man. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Moving to his right.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. And Monday Night Primetime continues after this. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. They'll go with the sneak. And he'll fight forward. Doesn't get a whole lot, but he got what he needed. It is 1st and goal coming up.
First down. 1st and goal.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
This defense knows the importance of this drive. They have to keep this game at one possession. That's a great start there on first down.
Now back at the 4 for second and goal. To throw is Stroud. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Houston. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Steelers 13.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here's Gainwell to return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the gun, Rodgers.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. Drop this down to Warren. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing it.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
At the 41-yard line.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
Metcalf pulls in that one. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A 3-yard pickup.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
To the air once more, it's Rodgers. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
Again, it's Rodgers. This one grabbed by Austin. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's good.
2nd time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a 1st down.
10 at the 18-yard line.
Rodgers going up top again. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. We'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 14-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Rodgers to throw. He finds Austin with the grab. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
You can just see the frustration of the defender. Just see him get off the quarterback. He's like, man, hold that ball for 1 tick longer, man. I'm there to record the sack. Nice job by the quarterback having that timing and rhythm to get that ball out of his hand. Well, you can imagine, he got close this time. That defender, he's going to keep coming, and don't be surprised if he eventually gets to it.
And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
Gain on the play. And the Steelers first down. 1st and goal.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here we go. 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Ben Skowronek. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
So, certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. That's caught! So they get the 2-point conversion, and all of a sudden that 11-point deficit down to just a field goal here in the 4th.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here's Smith to return it. Whoa! And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. They'll start on the ground, and this is Marks. Oh, he's going nowhere. Knocked down hard in the backfield. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go. Here's a 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Stroud. Got his man. It's Kirk. Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd. We'll talk things over before 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. And now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll discuss what's to come. This fourth down is looming. The Texans getting all set to punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And no return on this one. Fair catch signaled for and take. The Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. Rodgers. That's complete to Metcalf. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's Rodgers. Metcalf makes the grab again. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
13 yards on the catch there. Good for a Steeler first down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
They'll throw again. Here's Rodgers. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Derek Stingley. And the Texans are right back in this one.
Like, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away. And that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. I mean, you're not going to get away with it at this level.
The Texans offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts, so just one kneel down, and then time to shake hands. Stroud down to a knee. And that should put the finishing touches on this one. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. They knew this would be a dogfight away from home, and they were right. But they come away with a hard-fought victory.
Are you kidding me? What's going on, guys?
So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.